Hello, welcome to the Chatting with Dr. Stevel show. I'm your host, Dr. Stevel. Today's guests have been the reason why Thundercon has been so successful in the last few years. We've got welcome to the show, Danielle Barnes Luke and AJ Riley. Now, first of all, before we go anywhere, happy birthday,
Thank
Danielle.
you.
Oh, look at that.
So we're gonna sing happy birthday or what?
If you want to, you don't have to though.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Danielle Barnes Luke. Happy birthday to you, Mr. President. Oh, and I've got you some birthday cake Timbits. Take
Ooh.
it. I've got 3 of them here actually, but since I can't get it to you, I'm gonna have to eat it myself.
Okay.
So much for my diet. I mean,
Right now, diets have kind of gone to a sideways. Ooh.
I got mine too. AJ, you got yours.
I'm Stark Enders.
Oh, okay, never mind.
yours is more cool than mine. Now, the hat that I was wearing is what you gave me 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because I showed up as Dr. Evil, make Thundercon evil again, right? I was gonna make it great. It's fantastic. But so how things have been over there in Thunder Bay? Like, I mean, it's sunny outside here. I mean, you guys won't let me in because you had that limit of like 9 people and you got your whole camera crew and cats back there, so you're counting that and like leaving me out in the cold. That's cool, I get it.
Oh, it's warm. We've been, like I think nighttime low is 23 right now.
Wow. Hey, anybody that's out there watching, why don't you guys type something in and we can see who you are, say hello, we can make fun of you, or you can ask questions, whatever works, right? And I can only see your comments if you're on the Chatting with Dr. Stevel site. If you're on the Dr. Stevel site, which 5 of you are, go look up Chatting with Dr. Stevel, and then I can see your comments, okay? And it'll be more fun. If not, you'll think that I'm being a jerk and ignoring you. Probably am, but okay. That was a PSA. Really sucks.
It's always good. Hey, PSAs are perfect right now.
Right? It's like, wear a mask. You guys are perfect. I don't care. You probably both have COVID, and I'm outside enjoying the sun. So,
Oh, I've been holding my breath ever since I came in here.
Oh, we're good. I've been home since March 16th.
March 16th. Wow, you haven't gone outside?
Well, I go outside, but my yard is big, so.
Well, the last time I saw you, AJ, was in was at Fan Expo, and you invited me.
Oh no, we were at Thundercon as well, right?
Thundercon.
No, but afterwards, you invited me for a photo shoot with this guy right here, Jeff Goldblum. The look on my face. I mean, what do you think he's saying?
Okay, if I remember correctly, he's like, oh yes, oh Doctor Evil, come here, yes, yes. He had the whole Goldblum. He was literally the full Goldblum, and he's like, oh yes, come over here, yes. And he puts his arms around us, and he's like, all right, I'm going to tell you the secret of. I think he was going to say like the secret of life or whatever, and he just leaned into your ears, and I could hear it in my end because I got good hearing, and he just goes,
That's exactly it. It was creepy. I mean,
that was
going,
fun. That was creepy fun. That was creepy fun. Though.
And then they snapped the picture. Robert Bellamy goes, "Is that AJ? Is that AJ? Is it you?"
Yeah, it's me. It's as far as I remember, it's me. I mean, unless I'm like a pod person or something, but
could be a clone. I don't know.
Well, if it's
is
a
that
clone,
better?
then
LOL, Robert.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that, Robert. Juliet Whitaker, she's a fan from across the pond. Yeah, England, UK, not where the giant is. She said hello. Oh, Karen Jang, Steve's face is priceless in that pic. Yeah. Uh, I was just reacting to what he was doing. Right in my ear, like, okay. Thanks, Jeff. I mean, all the moments, all the things I thought I could say to you at the time. I mean, yeah. And I just got to thank you, AJ, for inviting me for that photo shoot. I mean, I was just wandering around, talking to the actor who played the Homelander, and that was a really fun conversation with him. And at the time, he told me about the boys too. Their new character, Storm. I don't know the newest character they have. She's more badass than he is, and she's scary as hell.
I think
Stormbreaker,
I
whatever.
saw a couple promos for season 2 the other day. It looks actually pretty good.
Yeah, apparently she's going to be a bit of a problem. And if you've read the series, the boys is after this first series on television, it's taken a whole new direction. So it's interesting. Let's see what the new writers have to do. Yeah. Too much delay.
Yeah, we should have gotten Tim Hortons. That's what we should have done.
Well, I had to get your I had to get your birthday Timbits, right?
Yep.
Are they sponsoring you, or should I hide this?
I don't know. It's
usually Pizza Hut.
Usually Pizza Hut is we actually, you know what? If we want to talk, we can talk about sponsors. We get want to point out that we get a lot of for Thundercon. We get a lot of support from a lot of local businesses, both like national chains like Pizza Hut and Joey's, and trying to think here. We also Best Buy last year came in and provided some entertainment in the Heritage Building, and then we also get a lot of support from a lot of local businesses. So we're talking
Soap Flipping Creations.
Soap Flipping, Marnix.
Marnix,
yeah, Marnix is always on there. We have
Silver City last year.
Silver City came in there. That's right. I love what Silver City kind of put on there. That was. We were able to watch some, like we watched here's a plug for Mr. Bellamy. We managed to watch some of his short films up on the big screen, and which was really neat to see at one of our special little after events.
Yeah, I'm glad he did that because I had a really long day and I needed a nap, so that was my perfect nap time.
Hey, weren't you also in one of those movies though?
I was, yeah.
I think we all
he had me there. He had me as a bad guy in the background, and I was like having a fight scene. And as we were practicing the fight scene, we were going all out, right? It's our first time doing it, right? So we weren't pulling any punches, but we're making it look real. We did about 5 or 6 times, and then we realized that he wasn't really filming us at the time. And then when we did the close-up, it's like I get kicked in the stomach, and he cuts that right out. I'm like, dude, I just got hurt for you. So I'm freaking like I couldn't move for the next couple days because of it. I mean, me and Jeff were just like pummeling each other in the background, doing the same thing over and over. And Rob was focusing on someone else. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
But we for all of our sponsors, we really appreciate all the help that they've given us in the years past, and we've been doing small tokens like me personally. What I've been doing is because we know small businesses are taking a big hit right now thanks to the virus. I've actually I go to a lot of these local businesses and I try to give them if I need something, if I can either get it at like a big name store or at a local stop, I'll go to the local stop first to give them support, to keep them afloat, to keep them going, because I know that we need them going forward into the future.
Yeah. Absolutely. Robert Bellamy does that too for Expo. He went filming and said support local businesses, just like you're doing right now. It's really cool. The business that got me, that supported me, sponsored me. It's IT Toys or something.
That's it.
Toys. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Toys.
Yeah.
That was fun. I mean,
they're still at the mall, and they're open, and
and I think they're going to sponsor for us for next time. I heard something in the meeting about them.
We appreciate everything that they do, because it's always fun. It's always great too when we get new sponsors that come on board, because they quite often, sometimes we'll hear, "Oh, these people sponsored this event. Let's see if I can get in because they, I've been talking with them and how much fun they had, how much of a good time it was, and we want to try and keep that." I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands, but it's funny. I'm looking at.
Oh, I'd like to personally thank That's It Toys for bringing me out last year. Thank you guys, and any of you cosplayers that are looking for that giant that want to do the Gru cosplay, like I do Gru, but they like to do that little girl Agnes. If you're looking for that big fluffy unicorn, That's It Toys has it, the big huge one. I did a video. It's like huge and fluffy, so it's a big. Contact them. Maybe they'll send it to you if you guys are really looking for something that's that big, because they got it. There's my plug.
Yeah.
And Randy says, "Happy birthday, Danielle."
Thank you.
And he also says, "Epic Cones, Thunder Bay."
Oh yeah,
What's
Epic
that?
Bones there.
Epic Cones.
Outside.
Yeah, Epic Cones. We had this year. We had this year. See, I'm stuck in a time loop almost. But I remember last year. Yeah, because we last year actually for us was different. Up until last year, we had actually been at a local hotel. Now, what we did was we expanded and we utilized the Canadian Lakehead Exhibition Grounds, which is this huge complex,
Huge,
which
huge,
has,
bigly.
yeah, huge, which has so many different smaller
Huge.
outdoor buildings. It's also where
Fantastic.
Cineplex, Silver City is located. So we kind of worked ourselves together with that and created this grand, large area, and we had this a lot of outdoor space. We're like, well, why don't we just have a couple food vendors? And Epic Cones was one of them.
Yeah.
Fox on the Run.
Fox on the Run.
They came out there. They had some pretty good grub. I think I had a delicious hot dog.
And the popcorn.
Ooh, the
Place.
popcorn. I can't eat popcorn though.
It was the popcorn, and they had the drinks. I forget the name of it.
They were we appreciate we didn't take notes. We didn't bring notes, obviously. We don't have a teleprompter in front of us, so but
Well, that's cool.
so if we're missing your name, we apologize profusely. But
I was at 2-year different cons, and last year when you went to the fairgrounds in different buildings, I didn't think that was going to work, but it was a huge success. You had the main group and actors in one building, and then we were in the little, we're going to call it the kids building, right? The fun building where the Klingons were training kids, and I was there as Gru, and we had like more interactive things. Plus, you had the games right next door to us, like laser tag, was it?
Yeah.
And it was a huge success. So not only did you get the con people, but you got people going to the market, and that just turned out fantastic.
Yeah, we there's so much with the CLE grounds. There's so much potential. There's so many different buildings. It's we were able to like build a small community on that weekend, which is great. And I mean, not saying that we're bigger than the actual fair that actually comes to town, because holy shnikes, that's huge. That's crazy. But
Huge.
we're comparable.
Yeah. And I like
it
how
was-
it's so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're spread out and you can breathe and go outside if you get too hot.
That's actually one thing I will say. In years, like even when I've been to Ottawa Comic Con, I've been to Fan Expo, and I've been to Thundercon, and I've always found sometimes every now and then I need to get outside to get some air in my head, because I'm just breathing in all that inside air, and you get a headache. Being able to like go outside, it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go walk over to this other building. That just helps clear your head.
I was going to bring this up later, but how do you decide what guests you would like to have at the con?
Usually, it's a group effort. Like we all talk about who we kind of hope to get, and who we also have to take one big thing, and then I wish I could draw it here, but it's the dollar symbol, because we work very we have only so much financial ability as a smaller convention here in Northwestern Ontario. We're 8 hours from Winnipeg. We're 8 hours from the Sioux, effectively. Well,
16 from Toronto.
16 from Toronto. So it's we do what we can with the money that we have, and we try to get guests that are will get us the quote unquote the bang for the buck, effectively, for lack of a better term. We want someone who has that name brand recognition, and at the same time has a resume. We take a look at guests from the past. You know, we've had Robert Picardo from Star Trek Voyager. Obviously, he's very big into the science fiction, but he's also an opera singer, which is hilarious. And he's got that cult classic because he was in Gremlins 2, which he just did a watch party. So I don't know if he's watching this. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. Robert, we miss you, buddy. You were a lot of fun, and you know, it was good to see you then. And you know, we try to bring people in that will appeal to everybody, as many people as possible, because there's within the con community, there's so many different groups and sects. You know, you've got the anime, you've got the science fiction, you've got the fantasy, you've got I'm running out of genres here.
Just that's it. Like,
The romance.
Yeah, the romance.
The romance, the gaming,
like, the little kids, what they want.
Yeah, there's so much. So we try to get as many people. You know, we had you, obviously, Gru, Dr. Stevel, you know, Kevin Porter. You and Kevin Porter actually coincidentally are alumni, because you guys have been there not once but twice now for Thundercon.
Okay.
And you know, and both of you have brought costumes. I will say this: I had dinner with Kevin the first time he was there.
Yeah.
We just had dinner. It was the first time he was there, and that wasn't the first time. That was really neat. Then the next day, he's wearing his full-on Bat in the Sun bat suit, and I will say this: it makes you question what you did the night before when Batman comes up to you, shakes your hand, and says the following words: "Just want to say I had a really good time last night." And you keep questioning: were you fighting crime? Were you fighting him? You know.
It's like, yeah, okay, Batman, you know. We're just gonna Gramazing Reed. He's this wizard that he's a local wizard. Level 7 wizard. He's a magician, right? Very good entertainer. Came to my birthday party and he entertained the crowds. And he says, I heard level 7 wizards are solid guests. Hint, hint.
Unfortunately, I've been busy working so much that I actually have not been able to sit in on any of the Zoom meetings that we've been holding, because we've been trying to, obviously we've canceled for 2020 like everyone else, and we're putting ourselves forward for 2021. But that doesn't mean we'll just sit with what we got and take our time. We keep going.
You're still working on 2021, right?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, 2021 will be September 18th, 19th, 2021.
Okay, now I was reading your Facebook page, or your actual official page, and you had all the guests lined up for 2020, right?
Yes.
Are they returning to 2021?
Some
not
of
all
them
of them?
are. Some of them are, and some of them aren't, just because of scheduling conflicts. So we're hoping that some will still come, and it's a mix-up of who will and who won't.
Okay, now that being said, the guests that you had that won't be returning, who are they going to be?
I don't know yet, because I haven't got a clear definition of who it's going to be.
No, who canceled? Like, we're not going to hate them.
I don't know who can. Okay. I don't know, because Heather has that information.
Yeah. If Heather, if you're in the comments, if you feel up for about, just typing it out there, we'll all find out at the same time.
Yeah. She has not told me anything.
Now, when you guys canceled, like, Fan Expo was waiting for the last minute in case a miracle happened and they opened everything up, the one in Toronto. And I guess they just finally officially said no. I mean, you guys, your show was supposed to be September, but you decided in May, beginning of May, that it was just kaput. You weren't holding out for the last second?
No, because a lot of the people that did cancel that might be coming back, they decided that they're not doing any shows at all for the whole entire year. So half of it was because they're not coming, they're not traveling no matter what, even if everything is open. And
also, Fan Expo can kind of hold out as long as they can, because they've got major backers involving them. I wish we had a partnership with CTV Sci-Fi CTV Sci-Fi, if you're watching, we're interested, maybe.
CTV Sci-Fi.
Yeah, like they
We'll tag them.
put a lot of backbone into that con. You know, and you see everyone really come together, and Toronto, because Toronto is also a hub city. I mean, come on, they're looking at it for hockey as a hub city, so it's a hub city. So there's a lot of vendors that again, we're 16 hours from Toronto, so you have to travel to us. So we kind of want to give people, you know, that amount of time to say, okay, I don't have to block out that weekend in September. Maybe I can block something out a year ahead.
Okay, because there's a few people I know, like Fan Expo and people that run other shows. That's how they make a living, 100%, right? A lot of us have other jobs which we can go to. Like I myself, I'm working, so you know, Dr. Steve comes out at night, kind of like Batman. Why not? But some people like the Niagara Falls and Hamilton ones, they're saying people that's how they make their living now. So they've really been hit hard by this COVID-19. So just recently, they've been going online doing auctions of a lot of the signed autographs that they've been selling, you know, that they've collected years, and that's a good way for them to make money. But they're still taking a big hit and still holding out for the last minute.
Yeah, we figured we just, you know, we do this proper, and it's not just, also we also took like guest safety really high, because again, it's with how this is going around, we don't really know when a vaccine will actually be 100%. We don't want to have a full on out. We don't want to have Thundercon get known as, oh, congratulations, that's where Thunder Bay had its huge COVID outbreak, was at a science fiction fantasy convention. We want to be in the headlines just for the right reasons, and that's not
on the plus side. People will be really happy that the last social event they ever did was Thundercon. It was like, oh yeah, that, you know, so it's the plus.
Yeah, but
Well, Karen asks again, do people suggest who they want to see, what they would like?
We do get lots of suggestions.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just way out of our scope that we can't even do. We do try to ask some guests that we do want to see, and sometimes we've actually had people that are on the committee have sponsored that person because we realize that people want to see that person.
Mm-hmm. And we even go so far as, this is a neat thing, is when we had Robert Picardo back in 2017. I hate to name drop him again, but you know, one thing that we've heard a lot from our guests is they've really enjoyed the city, they've enjoyed the atmosphere, they've enjoyed the con. So what they want to do is they'll actually they go back sometimes and they go tell their friend, their other fellow, you know, celebrity alumni, you know, hey, I was just in this place called Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's this Thundercon. It's really nice. It's really great.
Yeah.
You should really, you know, if they give you a call, or you know, or get your agent to see if that you can go up there, because it's totally, it's well worth it. And yeah, I mean, I like to consider us kind of easygoing.
Yes.
As a con, you know, very, you know, if Richard Brake needed 5 minutes, we got him 5. You know, like we when the heck was it? When Paul McGillian and Gary, oh god, it's just killing me. Gary, yes, the Stargate Bros. when they came, when Paul and Gary came in 2018, you know, one of the first things that they did was, you know, we got them and took them over to a restaurant for them as friends, to sit down by themselves and eat and enjoy some time, some downtime prior to the convention. We're really big on it, a working vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, Paul was a fantastic guest. He entertained us. He also came down to CK Expo and he hung out with us as well. Great guy, Paul. You know, hope everything's going good with you in Vancouver. He's, you know, in the film industry, of course, so obviously they're not working, so they've got to find other ways to make ends meet right now.
the Klingon stayed with me and with Elise.
God, yes, we have Klingons who occasionally come to visit, and they always stay at the houses.
Yeah.
Speaking
They
of
weren't that
Klingons,
bad. It was pretty fun, I have to say.
You haven't lived until you've had a Klingon party.
No.
Oh, speaking of Klingons, I should also point out the Klingon flag still proudly flies over the city of Thunder Bay.
At the CLE grounds. It has not been taken down yet.
Yeah.
explain that to me. What happened?
So last year, the Klingons have been a guest
Every year.
every year, pretty much. There they are. Is that them?
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Every year.
There you go. Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've been a guest every year, and last year they actually they also had this thing where they've also gotten some of our local politicians to actually come out and dress them up.
Yeah.
Patty Haidu, who's actually the current federal minister of health in 2018, got turned into a Klingon and spoke Klingon on stage. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Last year, Shelby Chung, who's a city councilor here, full Klingon gear, full gear.
Yeah.
I guess she took herself as a counselor and as a Klingon, merged the two, walked across the parking lot over to the groundskeeper's office and demanded that the Klingon flag fly up the flagpole. There was a few empty spots up there, so yeah, if you go down there, you got the Canadian flag, the Ontario flag, the Thunder Bay flag, and the Klingon flag.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Pierre says that Thunder Bay belongs.
Sorry?
Pierre says Thunder Bay belongs to the Klingon Empire.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make some contacts with the Romulans and maybe the Dominion. Who knows?
So these are the Timmins Klingons, correct?
Yes.
Now I've seen them in action a few times. And when they were at your show, it was just amazing. Not only do they come out as Klingons and like have their little booth, but they've got like training. They get little kids signed up and they train them how to fight with the Klingon weapon. What do you call it? Exacto knife or the bot.
Yeah.
The bot. I think they did some batleth training. I remember that.
Yeah, batleth, and
then. And they teach them Klingon stuff, and they got little what do you call it? Nerf batvas, so they can beat each other up, and they entertain the kids. So if anyone's got a con out there, and you want like a way for kids, like parents with kids, to be entertained, invite the Timmins Klingons because they have a way of entertaining people and the kids, and you won't have to worry about it. It's like you have your little guidance counselors right there, but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also have actually other guests too. In addition to the Klingons, we also have the Mandos.
Yeah, the Mandos, the 501st.
The 501st comes up. The Mandalorians actually a few years ago, and if Rue's watching this, he'll remember he was my jailer. But they actually were running a jail and bail system the money I believe went to the Humane Society here in town. Yeah. So you could actually get someone at the con arrested for 10 minutes and throw them into jail. And
it was by money because I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Yeah. There's a picture of me and Shaylin in jail.
Did anyone bail you out?
And Ray in jail, I should say.
Anyone bail you out?
No.
I couldn't even. I tried. I couldn't even get coworkers to bail me out. That's how well loved I am.
Yeah.
So.
And I was too ashamed to call my mom.
So closing ceremonies. So where's AJ? Yeah, he's still in jail. We're not letting him out.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, when I was in jail, I was technically just a guest. I was not. I actually didn't get brought into the Thundercon fold until 2017.
Okay.
And then, I basically was a guest in the 2015, 2016 years.
I think I was 2017 was my first year.
Yeah.
Karen Hutchins, there's a picture of her in jail as well. She was a Klingon, right?
Yep.
Ah, yes.
This is one of her, because her birth was right across from the jail at one time.
So that was really easy. That was really easy to make the arrest.
And Randy mentions that Hugh Rookwood, amazing artist, was our guest artist last year.
Oh yeah.
Hugh was actually we that's another group of guests that we also try to bring in too. Is we try to bring in artists, people who are good. Hugh being one of them. Hugh, buddy, miss you, man. Hope you're doing well out west there. And I'm working on trying to get a copy. Yes. John Ware.
Randy does good work too.
Randy does good work.
His digital work and his paintings and all that kind of stuff.
Stephanie Line, Rob Thibodeau, and like that work right there. That's actually a really good book, and I want to get a couple copies and hook some of my friends who work with the boards of education up with them.
It's good. It's really easy. It's easy reading for kids. It tells a lot. It's it's fantastic. I mean, little kids will like this, and it tells a lot of history. He's actually got some facts at the end as well. Like, some real facts, all historical, all accurate. He did a great job. I ordered it. He sent me a copy, and he signed it as well. So I'm thrilled. Thanks, Hugh. I appreciate it. And he also did Paper, Rock, Scissors. I've got that book, but it's I've already read it, so it's in my comic thing. It's pretty good. He did the illustration for that too. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephanie Line, she's a local artist. She actually raised in Thunder Bay, but she took care of her own transportation to get out there to be part of the con.
Yeah.
Just so she could be back at home. So that was nice. She kind of showed us around a little bit when we were there.
I remember there's a couple. It's you, Stephanie, and Rob at the Terry Fox Monument, right?
Yes. Terry Fox. Yeah, a comment was made there. I'm not going to say by who, but Terry Fox comes to Thunder Bay, and it's like, wow, Thunder Bay, the place where dreams come to die.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard it. I'm innocent. I'm just saying.
But what we like to do is, especially with Thundercon, we're definitely not making. We're trying to break that, if you will, where dreams come to live, grow, thrive, and survive.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Let's see. Pierre, you need to bring the mother of Klingons, Mary Chifo. She's a great guest.
I've heard of her. It's really funny. My Twitter feed, despite being for work for me, no matter what, if I hit search, the two topics that always tend to come up are Star Trek and Star Wars. And Mary Chieffo is one of the top people who show up in the mentions there.
Well, I heard about her because baby Ken was getting sung happy birthday to. I forget. So forget his name, the father and the mother, the Klingon, and the baby. Here, come on. You know who it is.
Who?
By Google, by Facebook.
Oh, Pierre's got something there. What does he say?
What is he saying?
Oh, that's the same thing.
No, that's the same thing. Hold on. If I go on here, then I can get it really fast.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a quick little interlude for people to start typing comments or whatever you want to do there, while we also look up some stuff.
Okay. Anyone who's still watching on the Dr. Stevel, tune into Chatting with Dr. Stevel. I can see your comments. And I'm going to ask all people watching, if you were here in Thunder Bay, or if you are Thunder Bay, what kind of guests do you want to see? Who would you like to see? Type it in.
Market research. I like that.
Pierre missed that. Yeah, well, that's you, Pierre. You're a Klingon, and you're just not all there. Okay.
Oh, don't hate on the Klingons. I was always a little nervous around the Klingons, but they get a little rowdy, but they're a fun kind of rowdy.
These guys are great. I think last year they all said we're going.
There you go, Peter. I knew it was like something like Peter. Peter Hutchison.
Peter Hutchison.
His son. So he got sung happy birthday to by her.
Oh, nice.
In Klingon.
You guys had Mindy Sterling. I'd like to see if you can get Seth Green, but is he popular enough?
He's got a lot of a following. I mean, let's face it. He's Chris Griffin. He was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's got Robot Chicken.
Scott
he voiced
Evo,
Howard
yeah.
Black.
Scott, you know,
Stars
my
from
disappointing son. Randy says stars from Supernatural.
Yeah, Stars from Supernatural.
You know what? I'll say this. I have friends who come up to me and they do mention, you know, who they'd like to see, and I'm not going to say the person who suggests or what they are, but I'll say where they're from. We get Supernatural a lot. We've heard Buffy the Vampire Slayer a few times. Yeah. We have had a Star Wars guest. We had Brian and Lindsay. Yeah. Brian and Lindsay, if you guys are watching there from across the pond, we miss you guys. Hope you guys are doing well and being very safe up there. Yes. And Brian, I ordered your new book. I'm looking forward to it arriving. Yeah. There's Randy, obviously, with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, we Sabrina.
We get a lot of anime people.
A couple anime guests. Yeah. Trying to think here.
At this point, I don't think it even
matters. Sailor Moon still popular? Sailor Moon still popular for you guys?
I've got a friend of mine who is so into Sailor Moon. It's yeah. I swear to you, I'm pretty sure her house actually has the two little balls on her head that are like make the top of her ponytails.
Okay, a few years ago, I made friends with Linda Valentine and the actor that plays Tuxedo Mask. I mean, those actors are fantastic. They're great guests to have.
Mm-hmm.
Just meeting them and seeing what shows.
Voice actors are a lot of fun. You know, we had Chuck Huber. Yeah. A couple years back, and last year we had Brian Drummond actually back in 2016, I believe it was, and last year Kirby Morrow. Kirby was fun. Voice actors have got a lot because they don't just do it's not just because you just see them, but they put a lot into the character to create them. Robbie Amell. Ooh, Stephen Amell's brother. Huh.
Cousin.
Well, AKA the original Firestorm. Yeah. Just gonna say that one. That was a good character. Yeah. Everyone, yeah, and obviously, you know, once we get all out of these things, we do try to do it. Again, one thing is money is always a big thing. Yeah.
Well, Pierre's got to go, so he wishes you a happy birthday, Danielle.
Thank you, Pierre.
Sylvia, she's from Windsor, Ontario. She suggests Sailor Moon. The voice actors for those, they're in Toronto. Hint, hint.
Good try. We'll see what. And obviously, also scheduling is really big too, because like we say, you know, we're 18th and 19th of September. So if they're shooting that day, if someone's shooting that day, or someone's having to work, you know, extra in the leading up to that, we gotta. They will make more money often working in their chosen craft than they will going to a con.
Yes.
Any con, by the way, I should point out. Any con.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it depends, I guess. Yeah. So why did you guys start Thundercon?
Sorry?
Why did you guys start Thundercon?
Because there was a gap. You know, Thunder Bay is a unique location. It's how far? I've never driven to Duluth. How far are we from Duluth and Minneapolis?
Duluth is 8. So, 6 to 8, depending on how fast you drive.
6 to 8 hours away from Duluth and Minneapolis.
Duluth is another 4.
Okay, so
after that.
Okay, so we're several hours from Minneapolis. We're 8 hours from Winnipeg. We're
60. Come on, I drove it last year. You flew and then you gave me your luggage.
Yeah,
that's how he did it. He flew and then gave us the luggage because he couldn't fit it. He's like, I don't want to put this under me.
To get down to Toronto. But so we're in an area that doesn't have a lot of events like this. You know, when people go out for events, we do a lot of home and garden shows. Those are fun. Those are really fun, especially if you're looking for a brand new trailer.
Yeah.
You know, or a new boat or something like that.
Car shows.
We have car shows, which is great too because we have a Herbie the Love Bug and a Jurassic Park tour vehicle, the Explorer. There's one motoring around here in Thunder Bay. But there's
downtown area shows like the normal carnivals and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. There's Rib Fest. Yeah, exactly. I put the Meat Vengers together a few years back. We dropped about $180 in one afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a cough of COVID or a cough of surprise, but but we found that we realized there was a gap up here, and there's a group of people who are often overlooked, and those are people who follow gaming, follow science fiction and fantasy, follow anime. They follow all of these things. And they say, "Man, I really like to meet these people, but I can't. I don't have the funds available to go to Winnipeg or go to Toronto."
Yeah.
So we try to act as a stopgap and bring some of that here. And Thunder Bay, Northwestern Ontario, I mean, 100,000 people in Thunder Bay alone. You add the region, and I'll go as far as, let's say, Dryden and Sioux Lookout, Marathon, Greenstone, Fort Francis. You're actually bringing in close to 150, even 200,000 people.
Yeah.
Depending on where everyone is, because there's actual towns, and then there's the unincorporated areas.
Yeah, and also with those generations or those people, a lot of them, they're segregated. They're in their basements. They're not getting out. So it gives people come out and see us, and then show up costumes, do all that kind of stuff. And then what happens now is, because Thundercon, we have made it family oriented. So people have come that normally wouldn't go to a con. Like, what is Thundercon? They come out, they enjoy it, and then you have this whole new generation of people just coming out and enjoying it. And we accept everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. Just come, have fun. You can dress however you want. You don't have to be afraid. It's totally, you have to ask permission. You're not allowed just to go up to anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're dressed as Princess Leia and you're in her little slave outfit, you can't just go up. You have to ask. And it's permission.
And actually, I also want to point out that there are so many people in the area and in the region who have talent.
Yes. When
you actually see them show up, you see them maybe in their job or in
this.
Yeah, like this. Yes, this. Danielle is actually sitting on one of our marquee props. Last year we had Richard Brake, who was also the Night King.
Hence
in
the
Game of Thrones.
Hence the
And a
throne.
friend.
Fantastic. Krista and Jamie.
They built us an iron throne out of foam. A foam throne.
Phone throne.
And it lives at my house.
Yes.
Same with the Stargate. And that was also made by them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent. So you see these people come out and when they're in their cosplays, and you see what they've done, and then you'll ask them, how long did it take you to do this? And someone will go, oh, it took me 3 weeks. Oh, this took me 4 months. Oh, this took me, I've started this since last year. The second Lacan ended, I wanted to do this for next year. And you're just blown away by the level of talent. So it gives people a chance to showcase those talents in a public forum. That's acceptable. I mean, as cool as it would be for someone to dress up as the Ghostbusters and wander around Inner City Mall.
Hey, I went shopping in Poison Ivy. I went to Superstore in Poison Ivy because it was after the con and I needed groceries, and I'm like, I'm not going to home to get changed. So there was the Porg group and me in full cosplay, and we went grocery shopping.
I do that with Dr. Evil all the time after a con. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
People just stare at me.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
They like it.
Awesome.
We want to give a show for people who, again, don't often get a chance to be able to access a lot of these major big events.
Yeah, and I love seeing when people come and you know them as just a normal person like you or me, and then
I'm
you
not normal.
see us. Well, I know that, but I mean, is in normal clothes, and then we go and we're in, I don't know. I'm
Not normal
5'1" and I'm 6 foot with my hooves on, and people are like, "Huh? That's you?"
Well, Randy says Thundercon is a fan-run event put on by fans for fans.
Yes.
Pretty much.
We're all volunteers. We don't get paid.
Yeah. We put a lot of hours into it. It's really neat actually when you get down to it. When we're actually setting up for the major event.
Oh.
Like we are working on it. We are texting with each other. We are messaging, or we're physically setting things up and organizing things to get the show ready and on the road. And
that was the nice thing about having it at the CLE is before, because we had the hotel, we could only set up the day before. Now we actually last year we had 2 or 3 days before we were allowed to set up.
Yeah, so we were able to set up on the Thursday.
Thursday. So we were able to like set up but not have to rush. It was kind of nice.
It was actually nice to be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Peter Hutchinson says, "Corshil, that Livia." It says, "May you enjoy your birthday." I don't know what he said. It's from all of us at the Klingon Empire. Kapla.
I will say that the Klingons actually got me to start learning a different language because I got a 51 in French class in high school, which is also known as the pity pass for those of you wondering.
50 is the pity pass.
No, 51. 51 was the pity pass.
Je ne parle pas français?
Nope, poutine.
Don't stricken the lingo, huh?
Yeah, no, but I do remember the Klingons wrote something down. I actually managed to say it. I can't remember it right now because my brain is on.
Mush?
Yeah, pretty much. But I still actually got to enjoy a different language, and I always get a kick out of people who are so into and so well versed in their fandom that they can come up to me and speak Elven.
Yeah.
Or speak Klingon, or speak binary if you're Borg, or
112.
Yeah, you know what?
01000111.
Yeah.
It's for me. It's so nice to see people really get into their fandom and really let their fandom flag fly and go crazy. Like it warms my frozen heart.
Now, Karen says going out to stores and restaurants during the con also helps bring people in. They ask, "Is there something going on?" And you tell them that you tell them what who there is and what else there is to do.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
And Sylvia says she does the same thing. She's from Windsor, Ontario. People ask for pictures. It's fun, when you go to public places.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the
Sylvia in Windsor, she runs EA parties where she kind of she's kind of making a secondary career out of doing cosplay. She does a lot of many different Disney princess characters, and she goes out to parties and makes appearances and whatnot, and does little shows. And she's also great to have at cons, as she knows how to entertain kids as well. And during this crisis, she goes online under her EA parties and reads to children as different characters, like from Batgirl to any of the Disney princesses, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, hey, throw a link to that in there, and we'll see if we can check it out later on.
EA parties, yeah, Sylvia, if you can type in your link, I'll put it up there for them, and then I'll probably forward your page to these guys.
Because it's amazing to see a lot of the content providers that have actually grown out from here. You guys started your family cosplay page. My friend, a friend of mine, Azariah Cosplay, she's got hers. Foamtastic Creations, Jamie. And Krista. Sorry, I ran out of air there. Holding breath is very hard. But Jamie and Krista with Foamtastic. there's a new one actually. Knox Cause, I think it is. Knox
That
Cause.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, Knox Cause. She just started up. She's taking pictures of herself as Harley Quinn. They're taking pictures of herself as Harley Quinn around the city, which is kind of funny actually, because
Thank you.
Thunder Bay seems like it actually would be a fun little playground for Harley Quinn, honestly. Yes. But there's trying to think here. A buddy of mine is doing. He started doing Twitch feeds. He's a bit of a gamer, so he's doing that. So it's really neat to see everybody how they've cultivated this, and hopefully they are spurred into doing this because they see Thundercon's coming up and they want to unveil their latest creation for us. I know
that's what I do. I don't tell anyone. You guys all know that.
Yeah, it's like trying to crack the CIA here.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Sylvia's stage right below here.
Boom.
And a couple weeks ago, I had a guy, a cosplayer. He would also make props online and YouTube. His name is Jason Monk, and he is now currently doing costumes for a lot of the CW shows in Vancouver.
Nice.
I was a guy because when he was working there, that's my husband. He was working in Vancouver, and Drew's friend, he's friends with him. So they went out, and he makes all the costumes and stuff for the Green Lantern and all that kind of stuff, and she does stuff too, and makes all the props and everything. And he actually has a Green Lantern perfect jacket because he
Green
makes
Lantern
it.
or Green Arrow?
Green Arrow, maybe. Green Lantern or Arrow. Yeah, Arrow. Green Arrow, and like he's like the stuff he was showing me pictures, and I'm like, what? So if you ever want to go anywhere to get good cosplays, it'd be probably Vancouver.
She's cosplay mother too. But when I saw her, I was at I think one of the last times I saw her was a con in CK Expo, and some kids come up and go, "Hey, that's the cosplay teacher." So apparently, all the kids know that this lady is like cosplay all around Windsor, Ontario. So, yeah, just saying.
You know what, I would the past few months, because now it's kind of hard because it's super hot, so it's not. I would not recommend it right now. Let's wait until the temperature breaks a little bit. But I'd love to see, a socially distant cosplay competition or a group of a cosplay parade in one of the public spaces in the city. Just local knowledge here. They've actually closed part of a main street, Red River Road here, to expand the patio section for several restaurants to help make up, obviously, because you can only have the outdoor setting. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be kind of neat, or just if I'm there and I'm having duck poutine or something like that, because I'm craving that right now. I'm not going to be pregnant. I don't know. But just while I'm sitting there, I'm either waiting for my order or it's just got there, and I'm digging into this bowl, and all of a sudden, this group of people walk by the Porg, led by the Porg, which would be hilarious. But the Porg, and then maybe a Joker and Spider-Man, like just this huge convoy parade of people, kind of like dinner and a show, but socially distant. To say, hey, this is still out there. Hopefully, this brings a little bit of joy to your life. I hope
like a dancing Spider-Man.
Sonny, there's a Spider-Man here in town.
Yeah, there is. I don't know if he's doing it anymore. Though. He did Joker the year before, and then
it's hard to keep track. There's so much talent in this city, and there's so many cosplayers in this city, and they have different cosplays. It's hard to keep track as to what would be their main thing. I've stopped trying to figure that out.
I don't have a main. Well, I guess Ray.
The deer.
The deer is
now. The deer is basically the main.
Yeah.
You've got a talent there who's a person that's a very talented singer. And last year he was cosplaying as the Kingpin.
Ah, yes, Chris Tellerico. Oh man, Chris actually just opened up. Last year I believe it was his Create Space.
Yeah.
Which is a little venue which actually helped. That's actually where Jamie and Krista finalized this bad boy.
To build it.
Well, if I had known about his talent before I went to Thundercon, I would have actually asked him to incorporate it into our little show that we had, because I think it would have just been great to do a duo of if I had $1 million with him. I mean, he's got the talent and I got the words, so it would have been cool. And get him to sing all these really cool evil songs, because he was the kingpin, and something to consider. You got talent? Let's use it.
I hope Chris is watching this.
Chris, I want to work with you sometime, eh? The bald heads. Randy says the fawns are amazing. You got like, he goes like into the forest and stuff. What are these fawns?
Well, mine's in the basement. So it was me and my friend. We did them. I wanted to be a fawn. Then she came to my house and she sews and she's really good. And then we decide. I'm like, I'm gonna do a fawn Thundercon. And she's like, I'm gonna do one too. So then she did the dark and I did the light.
Okay, see, now I get it. If you put a little paint on your nose and like antlers, now okay.
As I said, everybody looks at me and they're like, "You're not a fawn." I'm like, "Yes, I'm a fawn."
Your costumes are freaking amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Kurt says Venom symbiote is probably my main. I get asked to bring him along. You know what? He told me about his costume. When I first met him a couple of years ago, like the Venom spawn, right? Venom came out, and he's saying like he was really stuck to get a costume, and he didn't have time to make one. So apparently, he just took a garbage bag, he kind of melted it, put it around his arm, and it's really freaking successful.
Yeah,
he's
and
amazing.
It works really good. It legitimately works really good.
And of course, he gets his hand. He gets a fake hand, puts it in his pocket, so it looks like spawn's really coming out of his shoulders. Amazing job, Kirk.
I was actually chatting with a friend of mine, Graham, who's trying to work on a few cosplays right now, and he's
always up and down. I don't know he's working on that.
I think he's currently working on his car.
Well, yes, I know that.
But I keep chatting with him, and I mentioned the other day I wanted to kind of do a Green Lantern in the future, and I thought the funniest thing would be is to get someone in one of those green suits to actually be like kind of like what the green power ring would be doing. So like just as an extra little thing, I thought that'd be kind of fun, because it's either that or you just have like a little a big green thumbs up on your hand or something like that.
Well, Kirk's suggesting that, or Randy's suggesting that Kirk does Carnage on his other side, so but he'll never be able to drink unless you see like Venom, feeding him a drink. But when you mention Green Lantern, I picture you as a Guy Gardner.
The Guy Gardner.
Your hairstyle.
It's either Guy Gardner or Hal Jordan. I remember.
I can see Hal,
I remember being in a snowstorm one time doing for work, and I remember that the snow blew into it clipped into my head right here, so it actually made like the hair on this side look completely pitched, like just whited out completely. And I thought, I could be like either Hal Jordan or Mr. Fantastic, and unfortunately, I'm not that stretchy. So
look at me.
Yeah. Actually, I remember, what was it, last year at Fan Expo? You may have seen him too. The guy who did Plastic Man. That was super cool, where he actually just had like a little curly arm extension.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was genius.
I've seen a few cosplays like that. That's pretty decent.
I couldn't move 2 feet. That's all I know. And then I saw you, and then we could not even. None of us could move. We were stuck for half an hour talking.
Yeah, the baby Groot. Baby Groot. Actually,
and
the Porg. Actually, I will say this: the baby Groot and
Rocket.
Star-Lord. No, Star-Lord got a good bit of fun the other day with
Rocket.
Wait, which one's Rocket?
He's in there.
Oh, that really?
There's 6 rockets in there.
Okay, there are 6 rockets. That's right. Sorry, I missed it. I missed it completely because I was stuck at work.
Yes.
6 raccoons.
actually have I have 10 of them right now.
10 raccoons.
Yeah.
Live?
Yes.
Okay. They're pets. You take them
No.
around like for walks and
I'm a
stuff.
rescue. I'm a rescue, so I rescue and yeah,
Oh,
I
you
rescue.
rescue.
Yes, I rescue, rehabilitate wildlife, and then I set them back out once they're good and healthy.
Well, that's pretty cool. And how do you find out about these animals? You just like they give you a call or something? You know, like squirrel goes,
No,
"Hey man,
so
yeah,
Thunder
got hit by a
Bay
car."
Society, Thunder Bay Humane Society, or the on like the MNR or the pest control people, they'll phone me and say I have this baby, the mother's dead, whatever the story is, and then I go and I pick them up. So all mine are babies without a mother because mom has either been trapped and the person didn't look for babies, so then they're abandoned, or the mom is dead on the side of the road with the baby. So I go and I nurse it back to health and they go back out into the wild.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Except the dark side. I remember a meme. There's a raccoon that died on the side of the road, and somebody just went over there and put this little balloon, attached it to his hand, says "Get well soon." Um,
I could do that. That would be funny, but no.
yeah.
I'll do a
Hats
special
off to
for
them.
you and I'll send you the picture. How about that?
If I find the picture again, I'll send it to you. It's kind of
Okay.
funny and gross at the same time. It's like,
Actually,
figure-
it's funny too because the one thing too that we donate some money at the end of the year usually to local groups and
Yes.
organizations, and coincidentally, for a few years now, one group that's always tend to get money is something involving animals. So it goes to show how much we love animals.
Yeah.
We donated to the Humane Society one year, the therapy dog program through the St. John's
Yeah,
Ambulance.
that was last year.
That was last year. That was actually kind of neat how that one all played out. I'm trying to think here because they
they made little balloons. Those guys made little balloons for me to hand out to little kids, and then I pop them. Yeah. Not one of my finest moments, but funny as heck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. But we're trying to get back to or circle back almost. We're getting ourselves ready for next year. We feel confident that not everything will have died down, but there will be a lot of the restrictions will have lifted, and people will feel safer and more comfortable coming out because it's just better that way. I mean, there's a lot of people who are immunocompromised or people who can't risk getting sick because they are caring for someone who may be immunocompromised. So this is so putting the pin back in the confetti grenade for 2020, which is the year that I was always hoping for, and then coming back in 2020, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I think
2021.
yeah, or sorry, 2021. Sorry, my brain doesn't work these days, but I'm hoping, and I think that we all feel that everyone will be just so ramped up because they missed so much stuff this year that they do it for next year.
And you get an extra year to do your cosplay.
There's that. So I might actually
right.
I might have something better than that morph suit.
That you came
Right,
up
you got
with
next
5 minutes.
got an extra year to do your cosplay, but wait till the last minute, right?
No, I already know what I'm doing. I've had it planned for a couple years, and I actually said that I was not doing it this year. I was doing it next year. So now, knowing that I don't have to do one this year, it actually gives me the time to do the one that I'm gonna do.
Get your hand forced.
Yeah, and I don't tell anyone. So sorry.
So right now, we're gonna trek forward into the future and hopefully have everything ready for 20. Well, we will have everything 2021. We have some. I won't lie. I do procrastinate a little bit, but we're definitely all working very hard behind the scenes.
Yes.
getting ourselves ready, and we want to also make sure that a lot of our sponsors are still around in 2021, because not only do they help us out, but they also get to enjoy the con to an extent, which is a lot of fun.
And what is the date for 2021?
September 18th and 19th.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
Sunday.
It's a Saturday, Sunday. It's the same. I always wish that we could do a long weekend, but doing a long weekend in Northwestern Ontario, most times people are either going to camp or they're going off to the big city for the big city cons that happen here, there, and every which where.
Yeah. And we should
That's
still be doing CLE, and there's a hotel near there, so people can do that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff.
Any sneak peek at some of the guests that you have?
Unfortunately, I wish we could, but it's not that we want to keep you in the dark, but
we need confirms. Yes.
Yeah.
We need those first.
We need to make sure that everyone, because things can change so very quickly. Like right now, I will point out that the border closure has kind of hampered a lot of stuff.
I'll be there, if that counts.
There you go.
You'll be there.
Ish. I'll be there, but maybe not up here there.
Well, yeah, we don't care about that. That's kind of fun.
Are you going to be there?
I hope so.
There you go.
Me and the Kingpin, we got a duo. Me and my shadow. Me and my shadow. Right? What's his name, Kingpin?
Chris Tellerico.
Chris, yeah. Want to work with you, Chris, one day. If I come back. Headline. We'll make Thunder Bay great again. No? Someone else steal that? I don't know. That was really my idea. Make America evil again, but he took it, ran with it. Now I got to come up with a new plan. Yeah.
Make America fuzzy again. Everyone grows a beard.
Mafa?
Everyone grows a beard.
Mafa. Make America fuzzy again.
Mafa.
Okay, I won't shave my back. Wait till beach time. Yeah. It'd be like Sasquatch. We found Bigfoot.
Here, you know what, Steve? We posed this question out, and obviously people come up to us and ask us, oh, can you bring this person? Who would you want to see? If from purely as a fan, I know usually it's you doing the interviews, but hey, role reversal, bud. Who would you like to see as a guest?
I'll do personal stuff. Due to Seth Green, because I've never met Scott Evil. But do I want to meet him? Will I be disappointed? I don't know. But I can just imagine the headlines is like, cosplayer removed from Comic-Con for chasing around actor trying to hug him. You just see headlines now. Come give me a hug. Let's go. And that's some freaking Frankenstein. And I'd get removed by that. That's my goal. It's on my bucket list. Chase around Seth Green.
He'll be wearing his Starfleet security uniform, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've met a lot of guests, and a lot of them are really cool. Some people that I wanted to meet are not so cool, or they were tired that day. I've already met Vern Troyer, so I'm not sure who else there is for me to meet. Mike, I'd probably be afraid to meet him. You know what? Probably, I don't know, because of what I do. Probably Steve Carell. We can compare Grooves. Hello, Steve. How are you? Where are you from? Like wow, like the Office stuff, but not. That'd be nice. I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of wrestlers too. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of tough.
Big thing in Thunder Bay. Well, Thunder Bay is actually the home of Vampiro.
Yeah.
Vampiro.
Yeah, he's from here.
Yeah. Did he still come back, or is he gone forever?
He visits every now and then.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's here right now.
Well, he might be something you guys can probably put a pin in case he comes home this in September sometime. You can drop by Thunder Bay, but
we've actually there's quite a lot of talent here in Thunder Bay too that have gone on to bigger and better things. Gary, Gary from Stargate, he actually apparently used to work here, which is really funny.
Really?
Yeah. He did advertise. He worked in advertising, I guess, at one point, and he worked at a company here in town, and now then he moved on, and obviously he's living life up, basically as a solid actor, and that's awesome to see, like, people grow and evolve. Kevin Durant is is it Durant?
I don't know. Maybe that sounds.
Yeah, he was a Blob in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
and you know he's from here. He actually went to St. Ignatius High School.
He does a lot of things that people don't know, and then I'm like, that's him, and then I realize, oh, it is him. I only know it because the credits, because it does not look like him. Because he was also in
Swamp Thing.
Steel. What's that? The robot. Steel, I think. Brand knows what it is. The robot and the fighting robot. And
Oh, that's the Hugh Jackman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. The Hugh Jackman robotic Rock'em Sock'em
Yeah.
Robots.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That was a fun movie.
He's the ranch guy, and he beats up the guy.
Yeah, so he's
Actually-
he's local talent. There's you know
Okay,
there's a lot.
okay. One person I wouldn't mind seeing is Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth. Oh boy. I guess I'll start saving my nickels because we don't have pennies anymore.
Yeah.
No, he just seems like he'd be a fun guy. He's just seems down to earth. He's a funny guy. You've seen his comedy stuff. Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Like The Rock would be cool.
The Rock would be fun. I'm not gonna lie.
If he comes, he has to dress up as the Tooth Fairy.
Yes.
The Tooth Fairy.
If anything,
If
if
you
one
ever-
guest that
You could be Gru, and he could be the Tooth Fairy.
I
I was thinking there's a lot of us.
Dresses up as the Tooth Fairy. Gru dresses up as the Tooth Fairy. It's funny.
the Groove Fairy.
The Gru Fairy.
The Groove Fairy. Okay, I could try that. That'd be cool, right? Yeah, sure.
And then
Yay.
he could be the Tooth Fairy, and then it would be funny because it's like. And then we need the fuzzy unicorn, and then I'll get Shaylin to dye her hair so she could be one of the kids.
We're helping you, buddy.
The Groove Fairy. That would be cool. Yay! Look at me. Yay. How about no?
Oof,
Yeah.
I can smell that from here.
I know, right? Hold on. Oh wait. Oh, I got a nano gun as well. 1 second. I went to Universal Studios before the COVID thing, and I got myself a nano gun.
Ooh. Nice.
Right, all the cool stuff you can get at Universal. Okay, Randy, a lot here. Durand is known for portraying Felicity Vett in The Strain, Joshua, and Dark Angel. Holy crap! Martin Cameron in Lost. Jeez, The Blob and X-Men Origins. Wolverine, Gabriel, and oh wow, Little John and Robin Hood. I'm getting tired reading this.
He's
got
got
a lot.
He's got an extensive resume, and that's really neat. That just goes to show the level of talent that he has.
But people forget about him because it doesn't look like
He was in Swamp Thing, the series there as oh man, I can't remember, but he turns into he's the primary plant antagonist. Jason.
I like the one.
Honestly, I can't remember the name, but Jason's the first.
Jason Woodrue,
That's it, Jason Woodrue.
the Plant Man.
Florence Man. I can't remember.
Yeah, DC
But
character.
yeah, so he's in that, which is really cool, and it's. I really hope that they bring that series back because I really think that he deserves like more screen time to grow that character beyond what it is now.
Well, it takes years to become an overnight success. So he's got the years. Now all I need is that little breaking moment that people go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
But yeah, no, we're again, like I said, we're trucking along. We're getting ourselves ready for next year.
Going to be bigger and better than ever. Because every year we grow, every year we get more people on board, every year we shock city council like last year.
And it's also a learning experience for us.
Yeah.
You know, none of us, you know, in our day jobs, you know, we do different things. We have different things. But now we're growing as an organization to adapt to various titles. Media director. Oh man, the amount of hours that Heather puts in, I feel like I owe her. I should take some of the gray hairs we've given her, and I'll put them on my head or something like that. You know,
Heather is a fantastic person. I've enjoyed working for her, but she doesn't seem to care for the spotlight, though.
Yeah, well, Heather's
behind.
She's a good behind the scenes character, but when you put her in, when she puts into a costume, she goes all out. She literally becomes the character.
Yeah.
And I guess we can't have Mary here because she wants 20,000 to show up. I guess she left Thunder Bay for a reason, guys.
Yeah.
Lots of insight. Have a great day. Thanks from Karen.
And
She's from
take care.
out west, Vancouver.
Ah, Vancouver. I wonder what it's like out there right now.
Hot.
Yeah, what's it like, Karen? That's probably hot. But I like their winters
We're
there.
gonna throw the weather in a moment there, everyone, just to let everyone know.
It's hot here. I know what it is here. Well, we're cold because we're in air conditioning. So.
Yeah, I'm outside. You guys wouldn't let me in. So this is a sleeping giant.
Yes.
And the head is over here, right?
Yes.
And the arms crossed like that are right here, right?
Right there, yeah.
And he's got a bit of no tummy, but then you see where the feet come. Okay, hold on. I'm working backwards, so this is weird. But yeah, you can see it. We had a guest here a couple of years ago who couldn't see it. It's like, really? I mean, must have been fun as a kid when you look at clouds. I'm just saying.
It was overcast that weekend though, so we might have fog patches will roll in and it'll just block out the entire lake. So that might have been that.
Yeah, in 2018 when I came in, I couldn't see it. You bring me out to the lake, it was overcast. It was like the sleeping giant just got up and left. It's like, I'm sick of Thunder Bay. I don't like this rain. There was nothing there. It was just like blank. But I saw it the next year, came back, took a nap. It was nice.
Yeah.
But okay, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate the time you're taking to tell me about this. In 2021, we look forward to Thundercon again.
Yes.
Because the last 2 times I was there, especially last year, was fantastic. Heather did put me to work, but I really, really enjoyed it, and we came up with a lot of cool stuff.
Yes.
Like your volunteer of the this still sticks with me. Your volunteer of the con last year, you just want to give her a presentation, so I made something up like I was an annoying guest, which I was, and I said, okay, just have her carry this coffee cup, whether it be empty, right? Give it to the winner, and have them come up with it, and I'll say, yes, let's test this coffee. And what they did is they gave her the coffee cup. So when she came up, I go, she's already got it. So I'm thinking, oh, she already knows she won. But she didn't. She was just told to hold on to this and pretend it's hot when she got up to the stage. So this volunteer just did exactly what you said. When she came up and won, I was like, wow, that's legit. Kind of thought the surprise was ruined, but yeah.
And that's actually a huge one thing we want to add too is a huge shout out to all the volunteers over the years because they really help they really help keep everything going, keeping our vendors, our guests, and our attendees very happy.
I was at the booth and I had water, then 5 minutes later somebody else came, you want another bottle of water? I'm like, I haven't even finished the one that I have, but thank you.
Hydration is very important.
I'll take one and put it here just in case.
And you guys do take care of all your volunteers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
We have a room and we have a volunteer room and they can go in there and sit down and have a drink, pizza.
you know, if they need
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut comes in there as one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's really neat. I really wish I had listed off a name of all of our sponsors, because they're actually very helpful. We appreciate everything that they do. We appreciate, it's a community effort. It's literally a community effort.
Volunteers. Con is made by volunteers.
Volunteers, the executive,
Yeah.
the cosplayers who come out, the vendors who come out, everyone who comes together and has fun. And this year fun's in short supply, but next year we promise you there's going to be a lot of fun.
All right,
I need
2021.
a new costume.
2021, I hold you to it. And volunteers out there, same. Thank you very much, because I remember like working with all you guys the last couple of years. You guys are fantastic. Thank you very much. So if you ever see the doctor, I'll take care of you. You know, 5 days, whatever you want. You know, hook you up with my evil organization. Yeah, can, like, you know, turn on the laser for me at work. Whatever. You know, I got your back. But
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
all right, take care, Danielle, and AJ. Have a good birthday, Danielle. And
Yeah.
I still got a couple more birthday Timbits for you here.
Eat them up.
All right.
Yeah, that's the problem. I have been.
Thanks again for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care and bye-bye. And thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.